Welcome back to the Aussies 2014, coming to you from Perth, Western Australia. There's no better place to spend a lazy afternoon than in Kings Park and Botanic Gardens. Stretch your legs and walk from the city, or hop on the City Sights tram. One of the largest inner city parks in the world, the views from Kings Park overlooking the Swan River and the city skyline are absolutely superb. Time for the Open Female Board Rescue. Another one of our team's events. Let's take a look at how they will line up. The Northern Sisters will line up for Mooloolaba, King and Collins for Terrigal, Brown and Creedy for Northcliffe, Harris and Creera Manly, Tri-Paz and Gregory from Swansea Belmont, Little and Ford from Allura, Courtney Hancock and Elise Bennett. They will line up here for Northcliffe, Higher Wharton and Fleming for Allura. So Phil Clayton, the board rescue, we have a swim, will go out first, touch the cans, the board paddler will follow, first one back to the beach wins.
Yeah, it's an important event for the competitors here. Majority of the rescues that are done on a weekend basis for surf lifesavers, the volunteers, is a rescue type like this, where a swimmer's out in a rip and someone puts their hand up, they're in trouble, and the first thing that a person does on patrol is grabs the closest board and paddles out and gets them. So for every competitor, for parents, and for everyone, this is a pretty special event at the carnival. Yeah,
it really goes right to the heart of surf life saving. And you see Hannah Tri-Paz from Swansea Belmont in the middle of the screen there. Right alongside her is the swimmer Bridget Little from Allura. Closest to screen now, that is Courtney Hancock. She took out the open swim individual event, teaming up here with Elise Bennett. Elise Bennett participating with Northcliffe for the first time, former North Burleigh competitor. Now teaming up with Courtney Hancock in this board rescue event.
She must have got a really good start there. You can see that she's broken the field, and don't let me take anything away from her being a great swimmer, but to get a gap like that in a one-way swim, she must have got over a wave without being clipped with a field must have. You can see that middle back of the group quite a way back, so fantastic start by Courtney Hancock.
Yeah, that was Tri-Paz and Little once again battling it out on the far side of the course, but Courtney Hancock gets up to the cans now. She raises her hand in the air, so Elise Bennett, she grabs the board and flies into the water now. She heads out first, so she will get to the cans. Courtney Hancock will jump on board with them, and then the two of them will paddle together back to the beach.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how far in front the swimmer is, you need to make sure that when you do both get on the board that you're a team that works well together. I've seen a lot of guys go out to the can and be a long way in front, but once they get paired up on the board, they just can't get that board working on the way home. So there's two elements of this race, and one is the individual part where the swimmer and the board paddler do, but we're about to see what the second part of it is, and that's working as a team.
Yeah, working in unison, paddling in unison, all important here. Now the next thing we're going to look for is the pickup, also a very important part of this race, Phil.
It is. It's got to be done on the seaward side. You've got to make sure you're actually behind the can so that you're out to sea rather than being in front of that can. Here we go now. We can see Elise just turning the board round. Courtney ducks her head underneath, and she's on the board behind the cans, paddles over the rope and heads back to shore.
Bennett and Hancock, they pick up first, head to the shore. Let's see the teamwork of this Northcliffe crew.
Yeah, they paddle very well together. As we see the Mooloolaba girls there, the Northern Sisters just getting tied up on the can there. Allura got away to a great turn. So out in front, we're looking at Hancock and Elise Bennett. And on the left-hand side of that, I'm pretty sure that was the other Northcliffe team of Brown and Creedy.
Yeah, great swim by Rebecca Creedy. Harriet Brown did the pickup, and they're heading off as well. Allura White crew of Little and Ford, they're challenging as well, but don't rule out the Swansea Belmont crew either, of Tri-Paz and Gregory. But they are our leaders at the moment. Courtney Hancock out in front there. A steely look of determination on her face. Elise Bennett paddling hard, see if they can get themselves a little wave. Can they pull over? No, they're just going to fall off the back. They've got themselves a nice lead at the moment in front of the second Northcliffe crew of Brown and Creedy. They will need to pick up the board. They will need to carry it together over the line. They're up first, Courtney Hancock and Elise Bennett. They salute the crowd, and they are over the line as our winners in the board rescue. Hugs all round. Courtney Hancock and also Elise Bennett. Allura will get over the line for the bronze medal. So a great performance and a great afternoon for the Northcliffe Club. So that is our first and second place getters. Elise Bennett and Courtney Hancock coming in first. A great swim by Rebecca Creedy and paddle by Harriet Brown to see Northcliffe get the silver. There we have it, Northcliffe 1 and 2. Ford and Little from Allura, they will get our bronze medal. Swansea Belmont, Terrigal and Mooloolaba make up our top 6.
This is actually the first time we've paddled together. We had different partners and one of them got a bit sick and elsewhere, so this is the first time we've gone together and came out with a goal.
We were meant to be the team.
Yeah, so.
Obviously you were meant to be together, at least first time with Northcliffe Club, come away with a gold medal. You must be stoked with that.
Absolutely, and the club actually have this really cool tradition. They give their gold medalists like a hat, like a baggy green, and they've all got a number. So, yeah, I'll be able to grab one of those hats. I think it was the first thing I said to court when we got the line. You got me a number.
Well, Northcliffe 1 and 2, Rebecca Creedy and Harriet Brown, they had a great race as well.
Absolutely, they paddled really well together.
Yeah, no, we had a few Northcliffe teams going into this. Unfortunately, a couple of them missed out, but yeah, to get 1 and 2 in that event, it's a great event, the board rescue, and yeah, absolutely stoked.
Well, Phil, Surf Life Saving Australia has certainly taken some great steps towards improving the safety of all of our athletes.
They most certainly have, and while you never reduce the risk completely, it's impressive to see that the organisation's continually making the sport safer for competitors and for their general members.
Yeah, surf sports really does hone the skills of our lifesavers to make sure they're rescue ready every time they hit the beach. You know, these surf lifesavers that are competing here in Western Australia, they do a great job patrolling our beaches to ensure that no lives are lost between the red and yellow flags. Phil Clayton, time now for the open male board rescue. Let's take a look at the top 8 teams that will line up in this one. O'Keefe and Farrell from Allura, Lewis and Atkinson from Newport, Lay and Beattie from Northcliffe, O'Brien and Faulkner from North Cronulla, Smith and Coghlan from Manly, and Allen and Allen for Queenscliff. Over the page, Costello and McLaughlin from Redhead, Poole and Clough will be our 8th team lining up for Mooloolaba. So Phil Clayton, once again, the swimmer in the water first. He will touch the cans. The board paddler in, and first one back to the shore is our winner.
We can see those big legs of Dev Lay there again. He's an outstanding starter. With poor Kendrick Louis there ran in and just tripped straight over in a little pothole. The last thing you want to do in a short little sprint swim, but he's a great swimmer, so I'm sure he's going to make it up. We've got Matt Poole here on the closest to the screen. The second on the inside of that is our redhead, Isaac Costello, an under-19 swimmer. As we look a little bit further down there, we can see Chris Allen there. I think that's Tommy O'Keefe right next to him. Or it could even be the Manly captain, Nathan Smith there. Yeah,
Nathan Smith is the swimmer. Been in some great form right throughout this carnival, but some very well-credentialed swimmers lining up here in this board rescue.
Again, I talked about it, the fact that you're a great swimmer, and we've got some outstanding board paddlers. I think we've got first, second and third in the open board. Men's board race here, also doing the board leg, but it's how you pair up with your partner and what you can do on the homeward journey.
Yeah, a totally different dynamic, as you say, with the 2 board paddlers both laying down, have to do it in unison to get themselves back to the beach.
Yeah, it's a very close one, this one. We could see then, look at that, that's very tight. We've got about 3 or 4, maybe 5 teams that are vying for first here, but once this happens, you want a nice clean start on the board. Nathan Smith up there, I think he's about 2nd or 3rd. We've got North Cronulla there coming across the line.
So a great start by the Manly crew. Nathan Smith has been swimming in great form. On board now with Max Beattie from the Northcliffe Club.
Yeah, he's partnering up with Dev Lay, who's an outstanding swimmer, a very renowned starter, gets out the back very fast. As we look back out now at Cam Coghlan going flat out to try and get out to his partner. Nice and quick there. We're back on board with Max Beattie. Not too far away from the can turn. It looks like Manly there. Cam Coghlan's got himself out to a little bit of a lead there, as all the swimmers wait for them to pick them up behind the can. Luke Cuff, second in the open board, had huge paddling. We can see Stuart McLaughlin powering home on the lay-down board there from Redhead in 2nd spot.
Yeah, our board champion, Stuart McLaughlin, he'll pick up Isaac Costello, but in 3rd place, Beattie and Lay. That is the team from Northcliffe. Mooloolaba just to the left of the screen. In the centre, it is Redhead, followed by Allen and Allen from Queenscliff as we head to the beach now. Mooloolaba, Manly, they're the ones challenging for this lead.
It looks like Manly out in front, tight racing here. Nathan Smith and Cam Coghlan there, absolutely powering. We can see Kendrick Louis in the background there with the Newport hat, trying to make the ground up, but it doesn't look like they're going to. We can see Dev Lay there and Max Beattie struggling to get the timing together. Chris Allen on the left, Manly in the middle. Not too far to go now. This looks like Manly's pulled away. They've got a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, you spoke about this timing, and the Manly boys are doing it perfectly. On the inside now, the team from Mooloolaba, as is Northcliffe challenging. Manly out in front here. Can they hold on to it? They're up and running, as is Cuff and Poole from Mooloolaba. Can they hang on to the board and get over the line? They do. What an end to this race. What a performance by the boys from Mooloolaba. Cuff and Poole take it out for the open board rescue.
Yeah, they worked wonderful as a pair there. They made the decision to stay on just that little bit longer than Manly there, which gave them the shallower water. Once they got up, Luke held onto the board. Poole waited nice and hard. They grabbed their handle each and ran across the line for the win.
They are our winners on screen right now. Cuff and Poole, the gold medalists in the open male board rescue. Smith and Coughlin from Manly, they hung on for the silver. Costello and McLaughlin from Redhead picked up the bronze. It was Northcliffe, Allura and North Cronulla making up our top 6. First to you, Matt Poole, that was a super competitive swim.
Yeah, definitely. It's some amazing swimmers, especially over a short sprint like that. You know, guys like Dev and Chris Allen and Nathan Smith, really fast. So I just knew I had to, if we were a chance, I had to get to the can in that top couple. And yeah, I just busted myself and did all right, I think.
Look, a good pick up there at the cans and coming home. There would have been about 4 or 5 behind that Manly team that could have taken that race out.
Yeah, that's right. It was really close coming from that can. I think we did have a pretty clean pickup, which put us into a good position coming out of the can. And yeah, we were just yelling at each other just to fire up the whole way in, and it finally paid off. We got to the bank and had a good get up, thankfully.